Good morning everyone. Welcome to Mumtaz Herbal Product Presents Voice of Excellence only on City FM 96's official Facebook page. This is Sadid Adnan Wahid, your host for today's show, and today we are at I think many of you can already guess from this beautiful poolside view behind me, but for those of you who don't know, we are at the Méridien Hotel, Dhaka, and today we will be unveiling the secrets of refined hospitality. Ladies and gentlemen, join us as we unveil the secrets of refined hospitality. Today we will be talking to the General Manager of Méridien Dhaka himself, Mr. Constantinos S. Gavriel. Good morning, Mr. Costas. Welcome to our show. How are you feeling today?
Wonderful. Delighted to be here.
We are also delighted to have you on the show as well. So let's start with the very beginning. What actually inspired you to pursue a career in the tourism and hospitality sector? Was there any particular event or experience that inspired you to choose this path?
So really from a very young age, we used to go on holiday with my parents, my family, and I was always intrigued by hotels and very much felt at home in them. And from that early stage of my upbringing, I very much wanted to be connected to hotels. So when I finished my my schooling, my A levels, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I was talking to a friend of mine. His father was a lecturer at the university. So he suggested that maybe I should try business studies, but to major in hospitality. And that's really how my career started in London. I studied a BSc honours in international hotel management and hospitality. So that's really how my career started in hotels.
Reflecting on your professional career so far, what are some of the most memorable moments or challenges that you have encountered?
Okay, so after graduating from university, I really wanted to go into hospitality, but I really wanted to focus on sales and marketing. So I got my first opportunity was in London. I spent my first 15 years of my career working with various international groups from Hilton to Red Carnation to Millennium, working really in different areas of the sales and marketing department. And it wasn't until around 2006, 2007 when I had an opportunity to take my first expat position. When I joined Rosewood Hotels in the Middle East, I went to Saudi Arabia. Working for one of the leading hotels in the kingdom, Al Faisaliyah, as sales and marketing director for the complex. And from there on, I worked in various countries. I've worked in Moscow, I've worked in Kazakhstan, I've worked in Abu Dhabi, and now I've been for the last 6-7 years here in Bangladesh.
Wow, that's pretty long.
Very long. I think it's the longest position I've ever held in my career, and it's been an amazing experience over the last 6-7 years to be here in Dhaka and in Bangladesh.
So since you are the general manager of Méridien Hotel Bangladesh, it must be a very time-consuming and demanding job. So how do you maintain this balance between your work and personal life?
Yeah, that's a very tricky question. Unlike other industries, whether it's retailing or working in an office, hotels is a 24-hour operation, 365 days a year. So it's very difficult for any one of us to take time out. However, we need a work-life balance, and this is very important for all of us to energize and really focus on both our careers and with our families. So I really make a point of taking as much time off at weekends as possible to spend with my wife and my family.
They're also here?
They're also here. Yes, they've been here for the last 5-6 years, and my wife has been extremely supportive in my time and helping support my career. It's not always easy. It's a very demanding position to be in, but a very rewarding and a very wonderful experience being and also looking after such an amazing team that we have here at Méridien Dhaka.
Wow, glad to know that. And you must meet a lot of people through work, right? Like
Absolutely.
Get acquainted with many different cultures.
Correct. Every day is very different. We meet a very wide selection of guests from very different backgrounds, from very different parts of the world. And that's part of the joy of being in hospitality, that every day is very different. When I come into work in the morning, I know there will be challenges. I know there will be some opportunities for us to improve. And every day is very, very different from the day before. Sometimes we have small problems, sometimes we have large problems, but generally speaking, every day is very different and very interesting in terms of how we deal with that day's opportunities that we have.
So, Mr. Costas, what do you do in your leisure time here in Dhaka?
In my leisure time, I try and spend as much time as I can with my family. I try and spend a lot of time with my son, whether it's taking him to birthday parties or taking him swimming. But the best way I switch off from work, I enjoy tennis. So I try and play tennis at least once a week. I try to go to the gym a few times a week, and I spend a lot of time looking to spend time with the family and with friends and relatives.
Also, tennis and gym, that are the secrets to your fitness.
Yes. Obviously, it's a very demanding job, but I do, as I said earlier in my comments, I think work-life balance is very important, and keeping oneself fit and in good mental health is very, very important for both our career and for our private life as well.
So, sir, since we are sitting at your workplace, which is Hotel La Méridien, Dhaka, right now, let's talk about the hotel a bit. So, what makes Hotel La Méridien stand out among other hotels in Dhaka?
Well, apart from the wonderful product that we have, which is part of Marriott International, it's a 5-star luxury brand. It's our people. We invest a lot of time and to train and develop the best team in the city. And I think in today's hospitality world, a lot of the product, the hardware is very, very similar. However, what makes the difference is the culture that we create here in the hotel, and the empowerment that we give to our people to do their job and create wonderful one-off experiences for our guests and visitors to the hotel.
I would agree with that, because from the moment we entered until now, we have witnessed that you guys have a great team in here.
Yes, we try to hire the best. We try to develop talent. Every year we recruit and train around 50 to 100 interns. And from those 50 to 100 interns, we try and take as many of these trainees onto our full-time positions that we have available here in La Méridien. And really the big difference in today's world, in today's hospitality, is really creating world-class one-off experiences for our guests. And this is down to our team, and it's to their credit that we have such a wonderful hotel, and we get so many wonderful returning guests back to La Méridien week after week, month after month.
So, Mr. Costas, are there any unique amenities or services that guests can only find at Hotel La Méridien, Dhaka?
Well, we're part of, as I said, Marriott International. We're one of 32 plus brands that Marriott has around the world. We have 9,000 hotels across the world. But I think what is unique about La Méridien, we're very much European influenced brand. We take our history goes back to the early 70s. When the brand was introduced by Air France in the French capital in Paris in 1972. And a lot of the concept, a lot of the programs that we have are very European influence, and this gives us our culture, and this gives us our experiences that are very, very European inspired and created.
So we all know that there are a lot of restaurants inside Hotel La Méridien, Dhaka. Are there any signature dishes that this hotel is famous for?
We, as you said, we have great food and beverage concepts in the hotel. We have an Italian restaurant, we have a Turkish restaurant, and obviously we have our all-day dining buffet latest recipe, which serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I would say we have the best Italian restaurant, which is Favola. It's located on the 15th floor of the hotel, and we have an excellent, young, talented chef, Cristiano. And he's very much inspired by his parents' influence growing up in the north of Italy. And I would say his lasagna, his famous lasagna from his grandmother's recipe, is truly a wonderful dish, and I truly recommend everybody should try it. And Chef Cristiano's has really put his mark on that restaurant with his signature dish, his lasagna.
Thanks for the information. I think our viewers are also gonna try that dish out.
Please, you're most welcome.
During your tenure in Bangladesh, what significant changes or developments have you observed in the tourism and hospitality sector of Bangladesh? Okay,
I mean, in terms of tourism and hospitality, it's very much evolving. It's still in its infancies. I think Bangladesh hospitality has grown over the last 7-8 years I've been here. I believe where Thailand and Vietnam are today, Bangladesh will be there in about 15 to 20 years' time. I think there is a great opportunity when it comes to the improvements that we've seen in infrastructure. We see the new airport coming up next year. We've seen the elevated expressway making accessibility to other parts of Dhaka and the country more accessible. I think obviously the hardware, we have a lot of development within Marriott. We have 8 to 10 hotels under development at the moment, and this number will grow as we go into 2025. And I think there is a huge opportunity to drive tourism and hospitality in years to come. And the big focus or the big topics right now is obviously sustainability and technology. And a lot of the hotels coming on stream in the next few years, you'll see a better product, you'll see more technology, and obviously in our day-to-day environment, we have to be respectful to the sustainability of the country and to the environment.
I am very optimistic to see those changes actually take place in here. So sir, based on international standards or as per international standards, what developments do you think that we need to do in this sector?
In this sector, again, it's going back to what I was saying earlier. Sustainability it's a key part. The customers are becoming more sophisticated. They want us to be sustainable, whether it's in our energy or in our produce. And technology is also playing a big part. Now, the traditional way, people want more choice. So we have mobile key, where the guests can just check in automatically into their room with an app on their phone. And we want to make life as easy as possible for our guests traveling to Dhaka and Bangladesh, and these are all very, very positive trends that I see coming into the marketplace here in Dhaka. And I think as the country develops and the tourism sector develops, more and more people will want to find out more about Dhaka and Bangladesh in many years to come.
So sir, nowadays more youngsters are pursuing a career in the tourism and hospitality sector. What would you advise them?
There's never been a more exciting time to join the hospitality industry. When I was growing up, the opportunities were much less than we have today. Today, the growth rate of hospitality is enormous. We're opening one hotel almost every 24 hours within the Marriott Group, and the opportunities to work both here in Bangladesh and abroad are huge. The opportunities of training, whether it's on the job, off the job, virtual training, or whether it's to do an internship, there are many, many more opportunities that students and potential hoteliers have today than we've ever had before. So I would very much encourage them to join a local university, take the qualifications, take their training in a 4 or 5 star hotel. And then once they've established their junior career, I will then encourage them to travel abroad and get experience in as many countries as they can in order for them to build a very successful and a very rounded career.
So thanks for this valuable advice. I think our youngsters who are watching this show would be very beneficial with this info. Sir, lastly, what are your expectations about the impactful growth of tourism and hospitality sector based on the socio-economic prospect in Bangladesh?
Well, I see a great future. I see significant growth in both the domestic and international tourism in Bangladesh in the years to come. I think as new infrastructure projects come online, whether it's the airport, whether it's transport, bridges, etc., as the country develops and grows, I think the whole tourism industry will grow along with it. I think we need to focus on the important topics of the day, which is sustainability and technology. And as we see new hotels developed in the country, it is critical for us and very important for the country to embrace tourism. And I think you have a wonderful culture here, and you have the Bangladeshi people are very welcoming, and this is going to be a significant part in welcoming millions and millions of tourists in years to come to Bangladesh. So I'm very, very optimistic, and we very much look forward to welcoming tourists as well as corporate business people to Le Méridien Dhaka in the future.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Costas. It was a great pleasure to have this conversation with you, and thanks a lot for having us in here. But before we leave, I have a gift for you from our sponsor, which is Mumtaz Herbal products. So here's the basket.
Thank you very much, Sadid. It's really been a wonderful experience. Thank you.
The pleasure is mine.
So on behalf of myself and the entire team here at Le Méridien Dhaka, we look forward to welcoming you and your families to Le Méridien for the festive season coming up, end of the year celebrations here in Dhaka. And we very much look forward to seeing you here at Méridien very, very soon.